Today I am calling you with a holy seriousness, because there is something in your life that needs to be looked at directly, corrected, and brought back beneath my light. Beloved child, do not hurry past these words as though they were only a passing sound in the noise of a long day. I do not come to crush you beneath the weight of fear, but neither do I come to soothe the things that are drawing you away from the peace I have prepared for you. There are times when my love whispers very gently, but there are also times when that love must speak strongly in order to stop you before the edge of a cliff you have not yet recognized. Today is such a moment. I am standing nearer to you than you realize, not to condemn you into despair, but to awaken you from carelessness, from choices that have quietly made your heart heavy and caused your steps to lose direction. You know clearly what I am reminding you of, even if you may have tried to hide it beneath excuses, beneath busyness, beneath an ordinary smile in front of others. There is a decision, a word, an action, a compromise, or a path you chose, even though a warning once echoed within you. You felt the uneasiness. You knew something was no longer as pure as it had been at first. You heard a very quiet prompting telling you to stop, yet you still took one more step, and then another. I do not say this to shame you. I say it because I see the crack forming inside you. And I do not want that crack to become such a great distance that you no longer recognize yourself in the light I have placed within you. Understand my seriousness rightly. My holy anger is not a flame that seeks to consume you, but a flame that seeks to burn away what is weakening you. I am not angry because I hate you. I am stern because I love you so deeply. I cannot stand still and watch you embrace what will quietly steal your clarity, your peace, your joy, and the calling I have prepared for you. If I remained silent while you were losing your way, that would be the truly frightening thing. But I am still speaking. I am still drawing you back. I am still placing before you a door of return. That means mercy is still open. Grace is still waiting for you to step in. And restoration can still begin the moment you sincerely say, I have heard, I am coming back. Do not take this moment lightly. There are seasons in life that are determined not by great outward events, but by a small inward choice, whether you will continue hiding or bring everything into the light, whether you will keep reassuring yourself that everything is fine, or bravely admit that something needs to change, whether you will continue following hardness of heart, or humble yourself so that you may be healed. I do not need you to act strong before me. I do not need you to decorate yourself with beautiful words to cover what you are carrying. I need your truth. I need you to come near in honesty, because only where truth is opened can restoration flow in like clear water. You have already felt that distance, haven't you? Sometimes you pray, yet your heart feels dry. Sometimes you hear good words, but they no longer move you as they once did. Sometimes you are among a crowd and still feel like a stranger, or in a familiar room, and yet your heart remains unsettled. You ask yourself why you have become more easily irritated, more easily tired, more easily doubtful, more easily hopeless. You thought it was only the pressure of life, but I am showing you something deeper. When you step away from what I have placed in your heart, peace also begins to leave its place. Not because I have abandoned you, but because you are holding on to something that cannot coexist with the light. I am still near. But there are things you must release in order to recognize that. My arms are still open. I do not want you to delay any longer. Do not say that tomorrow you will make it right. Do not say that when everything becomes calmer, you will return. Do not say that you will do it just one more time and then stop. You know, delay can dress itself in the clothing of wisdom, but inside it is fear that does not want to obey. I am not calling you to negotiate with darkness. I am calling you to step out of it. Stop. Examine what you have allowed into your thoughts, your words, your relationships, your habits, and your daily choices. Look at what is causing you to lose your purity. Recognize what is pulling you away from gratitude. Name what makes you feel the need to hide. Because what must be hidden in darkness is often what needs to be brought into the light to be set free. Even so, beloved child, do not mistake this awakening for rejection. I do not throw you away because you have been wrong. I do not turn my back on you because you have been weak. I do not erase your name from my love because you once stepped away from the upright path. But neither will I call what is wrong right, simply to make you feel comfortable for a moment. True love does not nourish self-deception. True love does not let the one it loves continue sleeping in what harms them. I come to you as a merciful father, with arms wide enough to receive you back, yet with a voice serious enough to awaken you. I want you to be free, not merely comforted. I want you to be renewed, not merely soothed. Now lay down your resistance. Stop arguing within yourself. Stop listing reasons why you think you have the right to continue. You do not need to prove anything to me, because I already know everything. I know the wound that led you to choose wrongly. I know the loneliness that made you seek refuge in unhealthy places. I know the disappointment that caused you to speak bitter words. I know the feeling of being abandoned that made you grasp what did not belong to you. But I also know that you can still return. I see the pure place within you that has not gone out. I see the longing to live rightly, to be at peace, to feel clean and light, to walk forward without having to look back with regret. And because I see that, I am calling you today. If you remain and listen, you will realize that what needs restoration is not far away. It begins with an honest confession. It begins with a decision to let go. It begins with turning away from what you know no longer fits who you are. It begins when you choose the light, even when that light makes you see what you once avoided. Do not fear the truth, because truth placed in my hands will not destroy you, it will free you. Do not fear change, because change in grace does not cause you to lose yourself. It brings you back to the person I have called you to become. The great thing in your life has not been lost, but you cannot step into it with hands still tightly holding what is leading you astray. Therefore, hear my word with reverence, but also with hope. I do not speak to close the door before you. I speak so that you will not close that door yourself through stubbornness. Return before your heart becomes hardened. Wake up before familiarity with what is wrong causes you to stop feeling pain. Let your amen be not only a sound, but a sign that you agree with the light, agree with correction, and agree with restoration. I am calling you not so that you will bow your head in despair, but so that you will lift it in pure repentance and continue forward with a life made new. I still love you. I still keep you. I still have a good plan for you. But today, you must choose. Will you continue passing over my call? Or will you stop? Open your heart and let me bring you back to the peace you lost long ago. I see the road opening before you. And I also see that you have come very close to the boundary where you could step away from what was prepared for your life. Beloved child, this word comes not to frighten you, but to awaken you in love. I see the blessings waiting ahead of you. I see the protection placed around you. I see the doors I have quietly prepared, the timely encounters, the restorations taking shape, the good things you prayed for through seasons of tears. But I also see that your recent choices have begun to move you away from that flow. Not because I have stopped loving you, not because I have withdrawn my hand from you, but because you are following things that no longer harmonize with the calling I placed within you. Therefore, I call you to return right now, not with condemnation, but with the strong mercy of a father who does not want to see you lose the good things already prepared for you. You are not abandoned. Let this word sink deep into your heart. You are not abandoned. My correction is not a sign of rejection, but proof that you still belong to me, that you are still being kept by me, that you are still precious in my sight. If I was silent and allowed you to drift away, that would be the frightening thing. But today I lift my voice and call you, which means I am still drawing you near. My discipline is not meant to crush you, but to keep you from unnecessary destruction. I do not come to take away your hope. I come to rescue that hope from the things that are making it dim. I do not come to expose you before others. I come to illuminate the hidden place within your heart, so that you can see clearly and turn back before you walk farther down a road that was never meant for you. You have carried within you a quiet awareness, a gentle prompting that has never truly disappeared. There are things you do, choices you make, concerns you allow to pull you away. And deep within, you know they do not truly bring peace. You may try to explain it to yourself. You may say it is not serious, that everyone has moments like this, that you still have control. But when night falls, when every noise grows silent, you still feel an emptiness, an unease, a small call reminding you that you were not created to live in that kind of uncertainty. My child, that feeling was not sent to shame you. It is a signal of mercy. It is a small lamp placed within you to show that you are drifting away from uprightness, from peace, from the pure path I led you to walk. When you ignore that prompting, you do not truly make it disappear. You only train your heart to grow accustomed to distance, and that distance begins very small, like a step off course, like a thought being nourished, like one delay of the truth. But if you continue to overlook it, it will grow into hardness, making it difficult for you to feel what was once very clear. I do not want that to happen to you. I do not want you to lose the sensitivity that once helped you distinguish what comes from the light and what merely wears an attractive appearance. I do not want you to become used to the things that make your heart heavy. You were created to live in freedom, not in hiding. You were called to walk in peace, not in inner conflict. You were chosen to stand in truth, not to be pulled along by temporary excuses. So I bring this into the light, not so that you will bow your head in shame, but so that you will lift your head in repentance and return. My light does not come to leave you naked beneath condemnation. My light comes to heal the places you have hidden for too long. I know you are tired of justifying yourself. I know you are exhausted from wanting to continue in the old way, while still trying to hold on to my peace. I know you have tried to convince yourself that everything is fine. Yet within your heart, peace is no longer whole as it once was. Beloved child, do not keep using excuses to build walls around yourself. Those words may reassure you for a moment, but they cannot bring you back to freedom. Only truth opens the door. Only humility brings you home. Only the decision to stop, look directly, and turn back will help you step into the restoration I am waiting to give you. There is still time for you. I say this with all gentleness and seriousness. There is still time, but you must not take this call lightly. Do not delay further by saying that tomorrow you will change. When today I am touching your heart, do not wait until the consequences grow larger before you are willing to return. Do not let pride keep you from admitting that you have gone off course. I do not require you to be perfect before you come back to me. I only need you to be honest. Be honest that there is something you have allowed for too long. Be honest that there is a place where you have let distraction lead you. Be honest that there are outside voices that have become stronger than the voice I placed within you. When you dare to face this in my light, the chains begin to loosen. When you stop hiding, restoration begins to make a way. I am not standing far away, waiting for you to crawl through shame. I am standing near, ready to receive you the moment your heart turns toward me. Just one sincere step back is enough for you to feel the shift. Not because every circumstance will immediately change before your eyes, but because the direction inside you will be realigned. Peace begins to return to the place that had been disturbed. Clarity begins to shine into what had grown cloudy. Your heart begins to soften where it had grown hard. You will realize that I never left while you were losing your way. I was still there, still calling, still waiting, still keeping a path open for you to return. What I want is not only for you to stop one wrong action, but for you to return to deep communion with me, to a heart that listens, to a life that does not need to hide from the light. You have been scattered by too many things. There are noises that have pulled your attention away from what matters. There are small desires that promised comfort but left emptiness behind. There are people, habits, images, and thoughts that have quietly shaped your choices more than you realized. Error does not begin only with an outward action. It begins when you slowly stop listening to the truth within you. It begins when you silence the first reminder. It begins when you allow something small to occupy the place that should have belonged only to my presence. But today, I am restoring that connection. I am breathing watchfulness into your heart. I am causing the call within you to become clear again. Not so that you will be afraid, but so that you will know the way home. Return with your whole heart, beloved child. Not halfway, not in words, while still keeping an escape route for the old thing. Not merely because you fear consequences, but because you know you belong to the light. Lay down what is drawing you away from me. Stop nourishing thoughts that weaken you. Cut away from your life the habits that quietly pull you into weariness. Choose purity again. truth again, peace again, obedience again. And when you choose this, do not think you are losing joy. No, you will find true joy again. Joy that does not need to hide. Joy that does not leave your heart unsettled. Joy that does not require you to trade peace for a fleeting moment. I am calling you closer. Closer than in the earlier days when you thought you already knew me enough. I want you to enter a deeper communion where you do not seek me only when you are afraid, but seek me because you love me. A place where you do not only ask for blessings, but also love the holiness of the path that leads to those blessings. A place where you do not only want to be protected, but also know how to stay away from the things that open the door to disorder. You are not defined by the mistake you recently made. You are defined by the love I have placed upon you and by the decision you make when you hear my voice today. Come back. Let me realign your steps. Let me wash away shame, restore purity, and place you again upon the path that was prepared. For what is meant for you has not been lost, but you must walk in the right direction to receive it in peace. You are still chosen by me, and that has never changed for even a moment. Whether you are strong or weak, whether you are walking in the right direction or lost in the thoughts of your own mind, beloved child, before you hear another word, let this truth anchor deeply in your heart. Like an anchor, keeping you from being swept away by changing emotions and circumstances, I do not withdraw my love because you stumble. And I do not erase your name from what I have appointed because you have moments of losing your way. My love is not fragile like human emotion. It does not change according to temporary behavior. It is not shaken by your mistakes. But being chosen does not mean you may live carelessly with what I have entrusted to you. Being loved does not mean you may take lightly the sacred calling placed upon your life. I chose you not so that you would run from responsibility, but so that you would learn to walk with watchfulness, with a pure heart, with eyes that know how to discern what lifts you up and what quietly pulls you down. There is a holy weight upon your life, not to crush you, but to remind you that your life has meaning greater than passing desires, greater than moments of weakness, greater even than the arguments you once used to convince yourself that everything was fine. I stop you here not to shame you, not to make you feel unworthy, but to save you from continuing to walk in a haze you may have grown so used to that you no longer recognize it. When someone marked for something great steps outside the boundary of light, the consequence does not simply end in a single moment and disappear. One small choice can shift the direction of a day. One repeated compromise can cloud an entire season. One thing you thought was insignificant can open the door to heaviness I never wanted you to carry. My child, I see farther than you do. I see what you have not yet seen, and I understand the consequences you have not yet thought of. I see the roads ahead, the places that lead you into true peace, and the places that begin with pleasant feelings but end in exhaustion and emptiness. Therefore, if my word seems serious today, understand that it is still love. A love deep enough not to remain silent while you are drifting off course. A merciful father does not only comfort his child when the child cries, he also holds the child back when the child is about to step into danger. I am holding you back in that way, with mercy, with patience, with an awakening word clear enough that you cannot pretend you have not heard it. Something ahead is waiting for your complete return. Not only a part of you, not only brief moments, but a full inward surrender. There is a door that has not yet fully opened, a season that has not yet fully revealed itself, an arrangement that is still waiting for you to stand in the right place within your heart. Not because I am weak or limited by you, but because the things I entrust require a heart ready to guard them, a life steady enough to carry what is great without losing it. You cannot step into a great blessing with a life cracked by small choices that have been treated as unimportant. You cannot carry what I have prepared if your hands are still clinging tightly to things that distract you, slow you down, and steal your clarity. Your obedience today is not merely a single action, it is a declaration that you trust my ways more than temporary feelings, my wisdom more than reasoning that tries to justify itself, and the future I hold for you more than the things in front of you inviting you to compromise. If you ignore this correction, you do not make my love disappear, but you are lengthening a road that could have been shorter, lighter, and more peaceful. You are placing unnecessary battles upon your shoulders and stepping into cycles from which I have tried many times to lead you out. I do not want you to live that way. I do not want you trapped in repeated patterns of mistake and regret. I do not want you to receive wounds you do not need to receive, or learn lessons through pain when you could learn through obedience and trust. Therefore, today I speak to you with a stronger voice, not because I am angry in the way you fear, but because I am protecting the precious thing I placed within you. I am protecting your future from choices that seem small but have the power to slow your steps. I am protecting your peace from habits that quietly drain the light in your heart. I am protecting my promise from being covered by things you should no longer continue nourishing. You are not someone who cannot be forgiven. Do not let shame lie to you that you have gone too far, that there is no way back. I am still here, still calling you by name, still opening the way home, still waiting for you with a heart that has not changed. But you must not treat this lightly. Forgiveness is not permission to repeat carelessness. Mercy is not a veil for you to hide what needs to be brought into the light. I want you to understand the seriousness of this moment with an awakened heart, not with panic or fear. There are people who hear an awakening word and nod for a moment. I feel touched for a short while, but then return to living the same way, speaking the same way, choosing the same way, until little by little they lose the sensitivity they once had. I do not want you to become such a person. I want this word to settle deeply, not only touching your emotions for a minute, but touching the way you think, the way you decide, and the way you walk in the days ahead. In the small choices no one sees but that shape who you are. Change begins here, not in fear, but in truth. Truth does not come to crush you. Truth comes to free you from what you have become used to hiding, from the layers you built to protect yourself, but that have unintentionally imprisoned you. When you look directly at what must be corrected, light will have room to enter. When you stop justifying, healing will begin. When you stop delaying, you will realize that I have been waiting for you, not with a condemning hand, but with a hand ready to lift you up, ready to lead you again from the beginning, if needed. You do not need to beautify your deviation before me. I already know everything, every thought, every choice, every hidden thing. And I still love you, but my love is holy enough not to leave you in a place that makes you smaller, that causes you to lose your true nature. I love you too much to remain silent while you are slowly moving away from what I placed in your heart at the beginning. I have seen the slow drifting of your attention, a drifting that is not loud but dangerous because it is subtle. It did not arrive like a great storm that made you recognize it immediately. It came more gently, more secretly, little by little, like small waves continually pushing you away from the shore without you noticing. At first, it was only a thought you allowed to stay longer than necessary. Then, a small choice you told yourself was not worth worrying about. Then one time when you placed the voice of your reasoning above the quiet reminder in your heart. Then, another time when you ignored what you knew you should not ignore. In this way, what had once been very clear began to grow dim. What you once called a boundary slowly began to seem too strict. What you once recognized as dangerous slowly began to appear harmless. What you once kept far away slowly became something you allowed near. You did not leave watchfulness in one large step. You left through small steps disguised as reason, through explanations that sounded reasonable but lacked the truth. But my child, a small compromise is no longer small when it is nourished for a long time. A wrong seed, if watered by justification, will grow roots, and those roots will cling to your thoughts, your habits, and the way you see yourself and the world around you. You told yourself that nothing serious would happen. You told yourself that you were still in control, that it was only this once, that everyone goes through moments like this, that I understand, so surely it is fine. I truly do understand you. I understand what you go through, the pressures and temptations you face. But my understanding does not mean I agree to let you wound yourself. I understand your weakness, but I also know the strength I have placed within you. I understand the pressures you face, but I also know you were not created to become a slave to them. I understand that you are tired, but tiredness is not a reason to give control to things that do not belong to the light, that do not belong to the life I have prepared for you. So return right here, in this very moment, not tomorrow, not when everything becomes easier, not when you feel strong enough, but now, with all your honesty and everything you are carrying. Lay down the arguments that have slowed you down. Renounce the compromises you know are making your heart heavier. Turn away from the things that cause you to lose purity, peace, and the ability to hear my voice clearly. I do not ask you to fix yourself by your own strength in one night, nor do I demand that you become perfect immediately. I only ask you to stop running away from the light. Stop calling darkness a place of rest. Stop choosing what harms you while expecting your heart to remain whole. Let me lead you step by step. But the first step must be honesty. You recognize it. You stop, and you return. You are still chosen. That calling is still upon your life, still intact, still waiting for you to step into it with a renewed heart. What I have prepared has not been erased. It is still being kept for you. But today, you must step into maturity. A maturity not only in words, but in how you live, how you choose, and how you respond to even the smallest things. A beloved child cannot live forever as though every decision has no consequence. I want you to become stronger, clearer, and steadier. Not because I demand perfection, but because I know you were created for a life higher than the repetition of old things, higher than cycles of mistake. Let this word become a turning point within you, a moment that marks true change. Let it draw you back into right alignment, into upright peace, into faith, unmixed with self-deception. I am not standing before you to close the door, but to open the way. I do not correct you to make you smaller, but to lift you into what I saw in you from the beginning. Return, beloved child, because in that return you will find the way again, find strength again, find clarity again, and recover all that I have quietly prepared for you in unchanging love. A love that always waits for you to return to the fullness of who you truly are.